Hello Natural Beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Nat and today we're going to play in some pink makeup for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So trigger warning, if you're a little sensitive to the discussion of cancer, you might want to catch me on my next video, but thank you for clicking on this video. Otherwise, I'm going to show you what I already have on my face, which isn't a whole lot. And then we'll jump in and start, chit-chatting. So I have this right here. This is my Tarte Jelly Glaze Anytime Lip Mask. It's in strawberry, part of my September Shop My Stash. I got that on my lips. I got this from Dee Dee. It is Maybelline Color Tattoo in Front Runner, and I have that as my eyeshadow base. And then I set that with my Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is her Luminous Powder in Brighten Up. So that's everything that I have on. I'm going to be using this Marc Jacobs Omega Glaze All Over Foil Luminizer number 81 in Showstopper. I'm going to be using this hopefully on my face, but also as my mirror. So that's all the makeup chat. Let's get into some cancer stuff. I do have some notes here because, I don't want to forget anything. So, I love how notorious October Breast Cancer Awareness Month has become, because you see it everywhere. You see it in the NFL. A lot of times when you watch the games, you're going to see a lot of the players and coaching staff, a lot of jerseys, are going to be just decked out in pink. And a lot of the pink stuff that they wear is going to be, a portion of it will go towards breast cancer foundations or research, and a lot of them will also end up auctioning off their cleats or whatever it is that they may have worn for the game, and then that will go to breast cancer research or another foundation as well. And so I love that because I feel like so many of us have been touched by cancer in one way or another. And even if it isn't breast cancer, there is a brotherhood, a kinship, that exists between cancer survivors, workers, advocates. And I think that it is so important to discuss because it can be a very difficult subject, because the mortality rates and the things that are associated with breast cancer are a little bit negative sometimes, and so it's definitely a scary topic to broach. But one of the things that I want to stress here is, number one, be sure to consult your doctors and your medical professionals, and stay on top of your exams, because we need to take care of our bodies. And even if you have like dense, lumpy breast, get to know your breast, and that's men and women. So yeah, men don't necessarily have breast, but they do have adipose tissue around their biceps and their pecs, not their biceps, but their pecs. And so they need to be aware of what is there. Always go above your, elbow up and go into, from the breast up into the actual armpit, and know everything in there. So the bumps and lumps that you have in there, become familiar with them. What do they feel like? What size are they? Where are they? And just make sure that, that stuff doesn't change, and your body, so you can continue to monitor it. And I think that's really important because prevention has proven to be key. And so it's just really, really important to know what you have. And also, let's talk about men. Let's talk about men and breast cancer first. So annually, they have determined that 2,650 men will be diagnosed every year with breast cancer. And out of those new diagnoses, out of those annual diagnoses, those are new, and they have calculated 530 deaths annually for men. And, I guess it is definitely more prevalent than we tend to think of. Also, guys, I'm sorry, I also put my Jaclyn powder under my eyes, so that's what you see there. But, so approximately 530 annual deaths. Now we switch to the women's statistics, and they are quite different. So for women, approximately 1 in 8, that's about 13%, have a chance of developing breast cancer within their lifetime. So 1 in 8. And that just means that 7 out of 8 won't ever develop it, you know? So we do have to look at that side of the statistic, that side of the spectrum as well. But the numbers, wow, compared to, you know, men, but, you know, breasts are pretty much adipose tissue, you know, so you're bound to have more lumps and stuff in an area that's got more adipose tissue as opposed to like a man who has less, you know, on their pecs. So 281,550 new cases will be diagnosed every year with breast cancer in women. And I think most of us are familiar with, you know, breast cancer and cancer in general, but we're talking about breast cancer. So most of us are pretty familiar with the stages of cancer, but I don't know how many of us realize the different types of breast cancer, because there's like Paget's disease, triple negative, angiosarcoma, inflammatory, ductal, invasive. So there are so many different types of breast cancer itself, you know, so not just the different stages, but the different diagnoses. And with each of those diagnoses come different statistics, you know. But I just never really realized how many different types of breast cancer there were until, you know, I kind of got a little more educated on it. And again, guys, I want to stress early detection. Know your body, know what it feels like, what's there. And then, of course, you know, if it's something that you're concerned about, make sure you go see your medical professionals about it. And, you know, because detection is proven, well, it's proving to be key. And that seems to be the case with most of the cancers. So I just really want to encourage you. Also, I am going to have the American Cancer Society linked to this video. And I really like that website because it has the cancers. It has an option where you can alphabetize the cancer and just look for them and search them individually. And it's just really easy to use. And I appreciate that because, you know, I want something that's easy to use and also clear, kind of straight to the point. You know, if I want to get a little more in depth, then, you know, I'll definitely click links and go on and continue down a rabbit hole. But otherwise, I just want to understand whatever it is that I searched and that popped up. You know, I don't want it to be too difficult. I want it to be nice and clear because I'm looking to gain some education. And so I will have that American Cancer Society link attached in this video. So I want to encourage you to check that out. So let me finish. Here is our finished look. So hopefully it's not as bright as it looks, because I feel like it looks pretty good in person, in real life. Let's go through everything else that we ended up using. So, like I said, I did use this Marc Jacobs, and I went pretty much, this was the first highlight that I actually laid down. And then I went in on top with my Mother of Dragons, and I used this Drogon one, which is, wow, this magnet is really good. I have a handful of stuff. This one right here, and you can see it's pink, so I went right on top with that. Even my mascara was pink. As far as my lips, it is my MAC Selena Quintanilla Dame Un Beso, and I pulled this from my September makeup shopping bag, my monthly makeup bag. There we go, also known as my Shop My Stash. And then I talked about this in one of my other videos. This is a Rimmel pink eyeliner, and I have this in my waterline right now, and I just love this, y'all. It is a really good liner, and it is Rimmel London in number 004 Fierce. And then I used a combination of a Project Pan plus this right here to kind of bronze up around my face. So I used that one in addition to this, which is in my 50 Shades of Purple. And I feel like I've actually got quite a bit of use on that. As far as my blush, I used this palette here, also from my Shop My Stash for September. And I used this one right here as like an all-over blush. And then I went into this bright one right here, right on the apples of my cheeks. And I think that is everything, y'all. As far as my eyelashes, I used these. I think Beth gave me these for my birthday. They are Wispy Full Dramatic Ione Lashes. And this is my first time using this particular style. I'll give you a close-up. When it comes to more dramatic lashes, I really like to cut off a decent chunk on the inner corner because this is what's gonna bother my eyes. So I rather them look a little more open than trying to glue that teeny tiny inner corner down, because my eyes will start watering, mascara and lashes will start falling off, and we're not all about that here. So I'll do what I can, snip off those edges. So thank you all so much for joining me. Just know that I am sending you positivity, and I hope that you are doing what you love. Please consider clicking on the American Cancer Society link that I'm going to have in my drop down box. Thank you all so much for joining me. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.